Warriors, welcome to this video. Today, I am giving it to you. The 3 most debilitating symptoms of anxiety the anxiety guy ever experienced throughout his anxiety disorder, my friends. I'm going to get into these one by one. I'm going to share what they felt like, and then I'm going to share with you what I did to crush these symptoms of anxiety. First and foremost, let's understand something. People come to me and say, Dennis, I want to better my relationships. I want to gain joy in my life. I want this feeling to go away from me. I tell them all the time, you know what? You can't change your external world until you change your internal world. Mentally, physically, energetically, your vibration, my friends. So if you're experiencing these symptoms of anxiety, I want you guys to see them as a signal that there's a lesson that you haven't learned yet. What's that lesson? Let me explain. When you feel something in your body, okay, your subconscious mind and your body are one. First and foremost, let's understand that. Okay, your body is like a massive storage system, okay? And it is your subconscious mind along with your actual mind. When you hold on to information, okay, that you haven't taken care of from the past, that information gets stuck in some part of your body, okay? So you may be going about your day every single day feeling something in some area of your body, and it's bewildering. You're going, why am I feeling this feeling all the time? It's painful. It's emotional. I don't know what it is. I'm scared of dying. Am I going crazy? Whatever it is. My friends, this is information that you haven't confronted and scraped out of your subconscious mind yet. As soon as you understand that this information can be edited, can be changed, you can change the information that you currently have in your body and your subconscious mind, and therefore you're going to begin feeling differently. It's really important to understand this connection between what's going on in the information that you're holding and the feelings in your body. Because in this world, the greatest battle that you will ever partake in is the battle between you and your own mind, okay? And it's nothing external. It's nothing, out there that you go and you say, wow, that person did this to me and I had a practical problem today and life's just horrible, whatever. That's the easy road, okay? That's the easy thing to do. The easy thing to do is play the victim, okay? It's to go, are you sure I'm okay? Asking for reassurance as health anxiety sufferers, going to the doctor and putting band-aids on the problem. And this is a problem because with health anxiety, what starts to happen? Okay, we go to the counselor, we go to the therapist, and think about it like a big computer. Okay, we go there and we talk about our anxiety. We say, help me, doctor, help me, counselor, help me, therapist. I can't keep living this way. A lot of times, they may understand, they may not understand, but it's like the more you talk about your anxiety, and you feel good for a certain amount of time after you gain the reassurance or put the band-aid on or whatever it is. It's as if you take a folder on your computer's desktop and you place that folder in the trash can. All of a sudden you're like, oh, it's over there. Okay, I'm all right now. I did something that made me feel better. Good, it's over there. The problem is that with our computers, and the same thing that goes with our minds and bodies, is that trash can, okay, the folder in that trash can is easily retrievable. It's easily retrievable. So anytime you're faced with another stimuli, another threat, okay, you're going to begin feeling those same things. That same information is going to arise in your body and in your mind. So I always tell people this. I say, you know what? Every anxious situation, every anxious environment is an opportunity for growth. You can grow past this as long as you have the mindset that just because I'm putting myself in a stimulating environment, or I'm at home, or whatever it is, a place where it's not so safe, that's an opportunity for me, because the only way I can reprogram my subconscious mind and place different meanings in that environment and what things mean is in the moment of feeling that emotional pain and that physical discomfort. In that moment is your opportunity, my friends. That's why it's so important to understand the 3 habits of an anxiety sufferer first before I get into my symptoms. Number 1, consistent internal dialogue. Okay, anxiety sufferers are constantly rotating, constantly, nonstop, internal dialogue. This is a problem because the dialogue starts small and there's no conscious awareness of it, and it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse, and the conscious mind is up there going, can I play? Can I join this? I know I can help. And you're not allowing it to help. So let's understand that a thought, a catastrophic thought, a negative thought, a pessimistic thought usually leads to something else, then something else, then something else. Then the snowball gets so big that you're at a point where you've got excessive amygdala activation. Excessive amygdala activation means that no matter what you're doing throughout the day, your amygdala is firing off huge amounts of fear and symptoms and sensations throughout your entire body. Okay? And that's very, very difficult to deal with if the symptoms get too big and you leave things too long. The longer a thought has been programmed in the subconscious mind, and the longer you hold on to that thought, the more difficult it's going to be to overcome that. Okay? The second habit of an anxiety sufferer is this: vivid imagery. Okay? So with anxiety sufferers, what starts to happen is they begin to imagine the worst possible scenario based around a feeling. My friends, it's just a feeling. It's uncomfortable. It's not life-threatening. That felt good to say. It's uncomfortable. It's not life-threatening. Okay? Now, if we can listen to one story, we can listen to another story. So those vivid images that you're continuing to play out in your mind, we can change those, and I'm going to show you how to do that later on. The third habit with anxiety sufferers is threat avoidance. I picked on this earlier. Threat avoidance. Every anxiety sufferer says, no, I can't go on that plane. No, I can't meet that person. No, I can't do that. Whatever it is. And this snowballs from being one thing to another thing to another thing, and our minds group things based around what's familiar, because that's how your mind works. Okay, it works by grouping things and placing meanings and associations behind everything. I could pick something up and I could say, you know what does this cap, this camera lens cap mean? Look at it. I can look at it and I can go, I remember, and all of a sudden my unconscious kicks in and goes, remember, Dennis, you had a panic attack the last time that cap was around. And all of a sudden I feel kind of iffy. I go, oh yeah, you're right. And what do? I throw the cap away. Okay? So that's what most anxiety sufferers do. As soon as they recognize a threat, what they do is they run away from that threat. They avoid it with everything they got, and then that snowballs. Not the right approach, and we can take a systematic approach. Guys, you have unresolved emotional issues. You have unresolved emotional issues that need tackling. Okay, let's understand this, because these unresolved emotional issues are playing out and they are manifesting physically through your body. You have to resolve those unresolved emotional issues, my friends. The other thing is that me, especially with a lot of people that I'm working with, I realized that I was very, very disconnected from my 5 senses. Okay? I didn't even taste anything. I never smelled anything. I never saw anything. I never focused on anything. I never heard anything. I never felt anything, right? So I realized that I was so disconnected from my 5 senses. This is something that you need to put down and gain some clarity around. When you begin to grab that tea and you begin to taste it, you're training your executive functioning in your brain, and you're eliminating the default mode network, which is based around internal chatter. Chat. That's all the DMN is good for, okay, your default mode network. And it doesn't help our anxiety recovery. The best thing you can do is begin to practice ways that you can involve yourself in your senses more. What can I taste right now? What can I see? What can I feel? What can I hear? What can I smell? Whatever it may be, get involved. Get your senses involved in your everyday life. Now, number 1, depersonalization and dizziness was the most debilitating symptom that I experienced. Okay? Number 2, lump in the throat. Globus hystericus was number 2 for me. Okay, that feeling of something being jammed in your throat. Number 3, headaches. Headaches. Those were my top 3, my friends. And the funny thing was is that as soon as I overcame the sensitivity based around one symptom, another one came up, and then another one came up, and my subconscious mind said, look at him down there. He's not learning from any of this. So let's keep shooting him sensations and symptoms until he gains the lesson. And I was like, oh man, and I kept searching for Band-Aids. I finally understood that I needed to go through temporary pain to gain long-term pleasure. That is more than anxiety. I'm going to say that again. I finally understood that I needed to go through temporary pain to gain long-term pleasure if I was going to overcome my anxiety. And I always tell people, 3 months. You gotta set a NLP, CBT, hypnosis, whatever it is. You need a program that takes care of the mental aspect, the physical aspect, and the energetic aspect. When these 3 things are combined, your nervous system is saying, oh, I see. This is what he wants. He wants change. Is it safe? Yeah, it is safe. Good. Is it making him happy? Yeah, it's making him happy. Double bonus. That's what your unconscious mind does because you have the ability to change. Okay? Neuroplasticity means that you can alter your brain circuitry, the neural pathways in your brain. You know, I used to have I used to listen to this quote that my dad used to say. He used to say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I was like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay. So if I attach the idea that old means 30 years old, which, you know, back in my teens, I was like 30, old. You know, I'm almost 40 right now. But that's the connection I made. So as soon as I hit 30, unconsciously I said, oh, Dennis, nothing new you can learn from here on, right? I started to go against that belief. I started to retrain new belief systems through CBT and NLP, and things started to change. Now, with these symptoms, my friends, let's understand, what can we do about it? What can we do about it? Number 1, and I'm going to go through these 3-step processes. I hope you're writing this down. Watch this video a couple times. Share it with people. These are very, very important, okay? Number 1, prepare yourself to confront by understanding what it will feel like to overcome these sensations. You have to prepare yourself to confront. The way you do that is you gain pull. Pull is the drive. In 2 years' time, I want my life to feel like this. I want my life to look like this. I want to taste this. I want to smell this. In sensory-based language, I'm saying, you know what? This is the direction I want my life to go. If I continue with these patterns right now, it's not going to work. So the first step is to prepare yourself to confront whatever it is that we want to confront, okay? The information that's causing these symptoms, these sensations. That's number 1, okay? And if you don't have any pull, then you're not going to create the fuel and the drive to follow through with the actions that you need to take, okay? Really important. Create the pull. Know why you're doing this, okay? And be reminded of that every single day through your vision, okay? Number 2, find a calm place to sit or lay down and begin to bring up images of the first experience that you had when it came to these sensations. What was the first time you began to feel what you're feeling? Close your eyes and begin to bring up those images now. Confront them, okay? And while you're doing this, understand that you can, okay, get vivid with this approach, okay? So the imagination, when you imagine something in your mind actually believes that it's happening in the physical world. So when you go back to the very first moment of when you experience these symptoms of anxiety and change the movie there through your imagination, you're doing what's called reframing, okay? When you reframe, every single time you look back at that same experience or connect the sensation to that experience, you're gonna feel differently, okay? So step number 2 is go back to the place, the very first instances of when you remember these symptoms began. Step number 3, and the most important step, is edit the experience, edit the movie in your mind based around sensory-based language, okay? The submodalities is what we call it in NLP. So I could be closing my eyes, okay, and I've got the pole, and I'm imagining that first experience. I was walking down the street and a panic attack hit me. The sensations I started to feel, and I started to get curious of them, and they led to catastrophic thoughts, okay? So now I'm closing my eyes and I'm imagining, I'm examining the exact same moments as I'm walking down that same street. But now I'm editing the movie. Now all of a sudden I can hear the birds chirping. Now all of a sudden I can see, I can look at the cars that are going by. Hey, look, a Ferrari, as I'm experiencing that symptom. And then I can go, you know what? Wow, look at the flowers down there. Look at the flowers. Wow, I'm just going to grab one in my mind movie, and I'm just going to smell it. Ooh, baby, that smells good. Now I'm engaging in sensory-based language. I'm changing the movie. I'm editing the movie. And every time I replay that unconsciously, I'm going, hey, I experienced the sensations, yes, in the first time, but at the same time, I was very, very external. Okay, I was looking here, I was feeling this, I was listening here, I was tasting, I was smelling these things, and guess what? I'm editing the movie. Now, every single time you revisit again, you're going to come up with better and better feelings because you're going to find that you begin to detach yourself from going external. What does that symptom mean? What could that sensation mean? Whatever it is. Do I need to run for danger? You edit the movie, you edit the build up to the movie, you edit the actual experience through the movie and add things and take things away in your imagination, and then you edit the exit, the end of the movie. It's done. I still have certain adrenaline in my mind's eye. I can still feel some sensations, but I can't wait to actually go to work and meet my coworkers and such, and I'm looking forward to that. All of a sudden, you're turning anxiety into excitement. Very, very similar feelings and sensations, my friends. I love you so, so very much. You are more than anxiety, guys. Share this video, give it a like, and make sure that you subscribe to the Anxiety Guy YouTube channel. I'll be making these videos consistently for you, so that you can get from a place of being a victim to a warrior and live the warrior lifestyle starting today. I love you.